Hey, today on this episode we're going to take this detachable steering wheel piece and this old piece of steering wheel that I cut out of this old steering wheel, and we're going to make it to where I can bolt it on and off of my YJ, because I don't want to weld this right here straight to the steering shaft because it's got a factory steering column in it and I want to be able to remove all that stuff. So we're going to just take this piece here and butt it up just like that. Take some of these roll cage gussets and cut them down to where they'll make it real sturdy, and then we'll be able to bolt it onto this aluminum steering wheel. It should work out just fine. We'll get to the vise and the welder over here and we'll start mocking this up. Alright, I got everything set up in the vise. We're going to hook this up here and get it real centered up with the hole in the center. We're going to hold onto it here with my pliers. Take the welder here. Give it a spot weld. Remember not to look at this weld. I'm closing my eyes. As you can see here, we're just spot welding everything together, mocking it up for now, making sure everything's going to work. We're going to take our steering wheel, bolt our piece to it. We ain't gonna tighten nothing up yet. We'll leave it all loose until we're finished. As you can see, we got the piece bolted on. It should just snap right onto the steering wheel, like so. Should be able to detach it. It's got 3 bolt holes here, so we can bolt it to the YJ steering shaft, and it'll all be removable that way. Everything looks like it's going to work out, so I'm going to weld this piece up. We got it all welded up now. I'm going to knock the slag off because I'm using a flux core welder. If you got a gas style welder, you won't have to do this. Just going to clean it up a little bit before you weld on top of it. Alright. As you can see, we got it all welded all the way around. We're gonna fabricate up some gussets now to kind of hold on to it. I'm gonna take these right here, measure them out to where we can kind of weld them straight on 3 sides. That way, if you get some binding in your steering wheel or something, you won't just push it right off there. It's looking like we're going to want to cut them about right here below this hole, and it should give us just enough on both sides to where it'll stay together. See, I've cut the gusset down to where it's not near the size. We're going to take the piece we got here and the gusset. I'm going to trim this weld down just a little so it'll slide right in there. And we're going to put it like right here, here, and one on this side, and it should be good. Always remember when you're cutting anything metal and sparks are flying, wear safety glasses. I've had lots of metal in my eye. It is not fun. This right here should be our last gusset that we're going to need. I've got 3 cut out laying here. We'll get these welds cleaned up a little, and then we'll be back to weld on them. Got all the gussets welded on. I'm going to clean it all up, get all the slag and everything off, do a little grinding and trimming, and we'll be back. Alright, I believe we got her buttoned up. I've cleaned all the welds and everything. I'm no professional, this is just how I do it. Trying to learn a thing or two myself and maybe teach you a thing or two. But I took my plate, welded on some gussets and everything. Now she should perform just like it should if it was welded to a steering shaft, just it's going to be bolted on instead. Should just slide right in, lock. I'll install this on the Jeep now, and I'll give you a little show of what it is. We're going to install it on the Jeep now. Show you what it looks like before we pull it off to finalize it for paint. Now if you do this, you have to take in mind that when you when you do this, there's a nut that actually holds all this on. It goes down in here. You'll have to make a sleeve. You take your old nut and you grind it down, you weld it to a sleeve, and it puts your nut, you put a new nut up here, like just a smaller headed bolt, so it'll slide inside the steering wheel. Then when you slide it on, you can run it down till it's flush against this, and it'll hold it all on there. I'll show you how to make that sleeve though, so you'll know. But we got it on there. I ain't gonna bolt the sleeve in there because it's kind of pointless at the moment because I gotta take it off and paint it. But I got my quick hatch here. You just stick it up there. It locks on. Makes it to where you can unbolt your steering wheel if you still got your factory steering column in there, and when you want it off, you just take it off, lay it up. This stays on the Jeep at all times. But we're going to finalize this and paint it, and then I'll get to showing you how to make that sleeve that holds this on. We're going to spray this with a little bit of truck bed liner. But remember, you don't want to paint where your steering wheel goes or you'll never get it on and off. I'll take a water brush and I'll clean this paint right here off. It should be good to go. Alright, I'm going to show you how to make this sleeve thing. Well, you can't really call it a sleeve, but you take your piece that you just made, this hole here in the back, you want to take your factory nut that was holding your steering wheel on when you took it off, and you want to cut it down to where it will go inside of this hole, like so. You're going to cut all these ledges off, and it's going to go right inside that hole right there. Try to sink it down in there as far as you can sink it. You can take a step bit, like this right here, and you can just run it down until it disappears, and you won't have to cut your nut as thin, and your nut will be able to go all the way down flush. Now once you do that, you're going to want to weld around it right here, and then just grind it down smooth so this all sits flush with your steering wheel piece. Then when you put it on, you can take this like so, slide it on, twist that nut until it's really getting snug, and then you're just going to twist it just enough for your hose to line up. Once your hose line up, you can put your 3 bolts in right here, and you don't never have to worry about your steering wheel piece coming off, because with these bolts in, that nut cannot come off if it's welded inside of this. And then you'll be able to detach and attach your steering wheel, and nothing can come off. So let's get this nut cut down and we'll get it put on there, and I'll weld it in and show you, and then I'll reinstall it on the Jeep for the last time. We're going to use the step bit and step it out now. Alright, I got my nut cut down, as you can see. I got it just barely sticking out, so I got enough lip to weld to. But you want to find a bolt to screw onto this nut while you're holding it down in there, so you don't get weld splatter all in your threads, or you'll never get it back on. I'm going to find a bolt right quick, and I'll get us back up on the vise and let you watch me weld this on. Alright, we're back. I couldn't find a bolt, so I found the next biggest thing, a spark plug. I got a spark plug screwed in it and got my piece down in there, got it tack welded where I want it. I'm going to weld it up, and then we should be able to put it on the Jeep for the last time. I was taking my time there because I don't want to melt the nut into the threads of the spark plug, because that would be a bad day, because I'd have to start over. But it should be good. Yeah, see? We're good. We should be able to just clean that right up and grind it down smooth and go put it on the Jeep. And we'll get it cleaned up and we'll be back. It's almost got dark on us, but we're going to try to get this on there so we can be finished with this project. My thing is even still hot from welding. But we're going to attempt to get it screwed on there. I'm just going to stick the steering wheel on it a little bit so I can screw it down to get it tight. Lock my steering wheel. Alright, we're getting close. It's pretty good. Let's see if we can go one more. Yeah, we can go one more. Alright. Let's see here now. think the boat hose are lined up. We'll try to get those in there. Sorry that it's dark, but it's got dark on me. We'll try to get these bolts in there and we should be finished up. Alright guys, there we have it. We have I don't know how well you can see it because it's dark out here, but we have a steering wheel adapter that bolts on. And you can just pop the steering wheel right on. Pop it right off. That's going to be it for this video. That's what I wanted to do to my personal Jeep YJ. I didn't want to weld the bong straight to my steering shaft because I want it all removable because I still have all my signal lights and everything on it. But we're going to put some new seats and harnesses in it, and I got 4 new tires and some rock rings, and we're going to rebuild the transmission, build some dry shafts, do an axle swap on the front and rear. We're going to do a full spool in the front and a mini spool in the rear, and possibly an engine swap. Not 100% yet on what we're going to do with the engine ordeal because the Cummins is a little heavy for what I do. We may put it in something else, but I got my seats right here and harnesses sitting, all my transmission rebuild parts. The Jeep is tore into a million pieces, but if you like this video, like, subscribe, comment. We'll get more of these videos out to you. I got some dirt bike engines being rebuilt that will be future videos, my bad. I got some 4-wheelers we're working on. I mean, we're going to do all the bushings in this if you might be interested in that. Got another dirt bike engine to rebuild. Got a 4-wheeler engine to rebuild. Lots going on. Might have the Jeep XJ on here doing some bumpers and lifts and stuff like that, tires, rims. But like, subscribe, comment. We'll catch you at the next one.